Warning: the following video might contain some elements that may not be suitable for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Did anybody remember the DreamWorks animated film Madagascar, the Madagascar franchise? It's a film series that follows the adventures of four anthropomorphic Central Park Zoo animals who have spent their lives in blissful captivity and are eventually shipped back to Africa. Now they must struggle to survive while attempting to return to New York City with the help of a crafty cadre of penguins and with many other characters along the way. The first 2005 film, along with his short, The Madagascar Penguins and Madagascar Penguins and A Christmas Caper, came out before I was born. The sequel, Madagascar Escape to Africa, came out in 2008 when I was 2 years old. But there's one of the film's villains that haunted me in my head when I was a baby, the foosas, who prey on the resident lemurs on the island. A few months ago, I was browsing on my laptop looking at the new DreamWorks movie, The Bad Guys, which was released on April 22nd, 2022. At that moment, I got a notification on Google Mail. The message was from no other than DreamWorks. The email read this: "Hello, DreamWorks fan from UK. We would like to privately share a deleted scene of one of our previous films, Madagascar, made by a sacked animator James Winterstone. After you watch this, please do not screen this anywhere. Kind regards, the DreamWorks team." I was surprised. I just got an email from DreamWorks. There was a link to the file, so I downloaded it straight to my laptop. I saw the file, and the file name was Madagascar Fossa Attack Deleted Scene, the MOV. I had a bad feeling about this. However, I had the courage to watch it. I clicked on the file, but before the video played, there was a warning. This deleted scene of Madagascar was changed to match its demographic and has unsettling themes that are not suitable for children or people with sensory issues. If you are a child or someone with sensory issues, never watch this. Reader discretion is advised. I had a blank expression on my face. I hope it's just a good one, I spoke, trying to reassure myself. The video started. It started with the scene where Alex and Marty were enjoying themselves in Madagascar. Next, the lemurs were gathered for a show, unlike any other that Alex had performed back in the zoo. "Ladies and gentlemen," Marty spoke through a conch shell, "primates of all ages, the wild proudly presents their king, Alex the lion," Alex and Marty both said at the same time, and Alex makes a pretend roar, softly. "E flat, fellas," Marty said to the lemurs. The lemurs began playing music as Alex leapt onto a rock and started striking majestic poses. The primates began cheering and doing the wave. "Yeah, the king is in the house," Marty replied. King, Julian, and Maurice were also watching the show. "If he's a king, then where is his crown?" Julian replied jealously. "I got a crown. It's a very nice one. It's still on my head. Look at it. Have I got it on?" Nobody knows the foosas watching them from above the rocks, but instead of being surprised, they were drooling, hungry, with their eyes forming into a dark shade of crimson red. As Alex continued doing more poses, Marty yelled, "Do the roar, man! Do the roar!" Before Alex can let out a huge roar, the Mungus lemur that had been screaming about the Fusa's arrival was warning everyone. "The Fossa!" the lemur screamed. "At the edge of the cliff, there's 5 of them!" Hector Pierre's Fossa attack theme plays as the lemurs began freaking out, terrified, and started running away as the predators climbed down the cliff to attack. "Run for your lives! Ah! The lemurs scream before a Fossa swallows them whole. Alex is watching horror as the chaos continues. Marty tries to get away from the Fossas, but it was already too late. As a Fossa lunges at Marty and bites his neck, Marty began to let out a bloody cry and scream, but his scream sounded realistic, as his actor Chris Rock was actually being hurt badly. Then the rest of the Fossas make a dog pile to eat the zebra. I covered my ears for Marty's bloody cry and scream. After the scream was over, I uncovered my ears, but they were bleeding. At the most disturbing moment, Alex was shocked, and Melvin and Gloria too. It then cuts to Marty's corpse. His ears were bitten. One of his eyes were missing, while the other was blank. One of his eyes were missing. One of his legs were missing. His eye sockets were dripping blood. His mouth was agape, and his hooves were scarred up. After seeing Morty's corpse, I ran to the bathroom and I vomited in the toilet. After I did, I cleaned the blood out of my ears with a tissue. I then went back to play the rest of the video. After that disgusting moment, the screen cuts to Melman and Gloria, who were crying before the Fusas approached them. "Was hungry?" One of them growled in a demonic voice. The giraffe and hippo ran away screaming so they can find a place to hide as the hungry creatures chased after them. They ate in the bush, and they both panted to catch breath. They looked through the bushes to catch sight of the Fusas, but they were nowhere to be seen. The two animals suddenly life. However, they heard a deep growl from a deep growl. The growl was realistic, similar to Alpha the Dumber Pinsters from Disney Pixar's Up. Gloria and Melman turned around, and it was Bone Fossa from the Madagascar Netflix spin-off series All Hail King Julian, slowly approaching them. "Nice Fossa! Nice Fossa!" Melman cried as the Fusa leader stared right at the giraffe before the latter lunged on to him and Gloria. It caused a shot of the bush rustling as we could hear Bone Fusa roaring and Gloria and Melman let out a realistic blood-curdling scream. The screaming stopped as soon as the bush stopped rustling. It then cut to King Julian, Maurice and Mort, aware of the horrible catastrophe. "Maurice, the fools have eaten the giants, except for Mr. Alex, and we're next," Julian said. Mort began to sob, but his sobs was rather realistic. "I don't want to die. I'm just a cute little lemur," he cries. Maurice heard one of the Fusa's roars. "It seems like we're done for. The Fusa found us," he remarked worriedly. The Fusas emerged from the bushes and walked up to the three lemurs. "Well, Maurice, this is it. The Fusa are going to massacre us and use my foot as their rug," King Julian said sadly. A Fusa began to pick Mort up with his jaw while the lemur screamed before swallowing him whole. Maurice was shocked before a Fusa jumped out from a bush like a jump scare and attacked the eye rolling off screen. I could hear Maurice agonizing scream as he was being eaten alive by the Fusa. Julian watched in horror before falling to his knees and sulking. "Prepare to die, Julian." Another growl in the demonic voice as he slowly approached the Lemur King. It showed up Julian's point of view of the Fusa's face until he threw his face forward with a slack jaw, and Julian began screaming off screen. However, the scream sounds similar to his in one of the episodes from All Hail King Julian. As the Fusas were eating the rest of the lemurs, Alex began sulking. "You're next, King of New York," a Fusa teased as they prepared to kill Alex. The Fusas climbed onto the rock Alex was standing on. "Please, no, don't kill me. I'm just a famous lion. Don't do this. No, no, no!" Alex screamed. The predators charged toward at Alex, killing him. Then the screens cut to black with Alex screaming. It was as if his actor, Ben Stiller, was actually being heard badly. It then cuts to the scene where the Fusas had to have their stomachs filled. Then they ran back into the jungle as the screens cut to the zoosters and lemur's corpse. Then it faded to black, with the title showing "The End." Then the video ended. I was really shocked after that. "What the heck was that?" I asked. After I deleted the file off my computer, I had to write DreamWorks an email about this, and the director of the film, Eric Darnell, said that someone snuck into the studio and changed the scene just to torture me. After that, I ran downstairs to get my mom and to inform the situation. That night, I couldn't sleep. Because of this, I was having several nightmares about the Fushas chasing and killing me, the same way as Alex, Barty, Melman, Gloria, King Julian, Maurice, Mort, and the lemurs. Remember, if you ever try to find a deleted file from any anime movie, sent from any emails, do not ever watch this, or else. So that was Madagascar Fossa attack deleted scene. And my final thoughts on this Creepypasta, it was just fine. You know, it won't go to top the Madagascar alternate ending Creepypasta, which is kind of intensely pretty good. But here, it's just okay, you know. It has some cliches and typical, demonic voice coming out of someone and bloody corpses. Yeah, it's just a bit too. I think it's just been done to death in other Creepypastas, and I think the only one that did right is the Madagascar one and the Monsters Inc. one, because I think that those are done right. You know, with the whole, they felt a bit original until these other Creepypastas of alternate stuff and movies and such kind of always get a little bit pale, get paled up, getting a little bit more stale. But anywho, it's a alright creepypasta, and we're gonna top the other Madagascar creepypasta I have read. So yeah, hope you have a pretty good day, guys, and see you for more of these creepypastas like this week. So bye bye. Oh, damn it! Where's my hat? Yeah, found it.